All right, folks, welcome back. It's your boy Lunatik over here with Eric Moreno, the author of Wrath of the Undead.
What's up, everyone?
We back, finally, with the 4th episode. This the Spooktacular version of it. We celebrate Halloween on this one, you know what I mean? So, plenty of horror.
We have to have it ready for October, man, because we have to bring you guys something for October 31st.
Got to bring the werewolf out in this motherfucker. It's been a minute, man. It's been a minute. A lot of shit's happened.
A lot to catch up on, a lot to talk about. What topics you want to talk about today, my dude?
Oh man, we can talk about all kind of things, man.
Let's
recent
start
remakes, whatever.
Yeah, let's talk about The Exorcist. I think I sent you a clip or a post the other day about it. I don't know how to feel about it, to be honest with you, because I like the first one, and I'm the type of person that if I like a movie, I just want it to be left untouched. You know,
if it's classic, yeah. If it's perfect, why fuck with it? Yeah.
So when I saw this, I was like, damn. I'm disappointed that they would do it, but at the same time, I'm also curious. So I'm still gonna go see it. You know, I'm gonna pay my little $13 or $15, whatever the
back when
movie.
The theaters over.
Yeah, exactly.
If that happens, or if not, we'll just be catching that shit on Netflix or something.
Seriously, I hope not, because a movie like that, you know, I like watching a movie in the theater, having the whole experience of it. But I'm still gonna go watch it. I hope they do justice to it. But I think the original is you just can't. It can't compare to it.
Nah, you can't. It's like that perfect storm type of situation, bro. Because you get a movie that's written well, you get a good director, you get good acting. You know, the whole thing comes together, great effects, and it's not just a good horror movie. It's a good movie. You feel me? Like the acting is on point, everything. So it's like it's a very, I guess you could say, highly respected movie, even if for people that don't like horror, you know what I mean?
That's true.
So,
and even the author was on set helping out with the direction of the movie, like the actual author, William Blighty, I think his name was.
Yeah, a comedy writer at that.
Yeah,
you know
a comedy writer. Yeah.
But, you know what, I think, for me, the way I look, comedy and horror, they seem different, but they're very similar at the same time, you know what I mean? They work both on emotions, you know what I mean? And it's like, and especially when it comes to movies, you could do a horror and a comedy for really cheap. So, you know what I mean? I see them kind of like a thin line between horror and comedy.
Right.
And that's why I could think horror comedies work too, you know what I mean? Because it's like, it's that kind of thing, bro. But
and it's weird too, because if you ask the author, he didn't set out to write a horror movie.
Right.
Like he'll tell you it wasn't meant to be a horror movie. But now it's like considered to be one of the greatest horror movies of all time.
Scariest, yeah. I still watch it.
Yeah. And it's right up there with The Shining.
Every fucking time. Nah.
You did a good job, William. I crack up every time.
Nah, it's good, man. But as far as like the remakes, and you know what, I've actually watched, I think, every Exorcist movie, because they had the sequel, which I didn't like, The Exorcist 2. It was fucking weird. It's like an acid trip. You know what I mean? For real. It's like, you don't know what the fuck's going on.
I can't remember how it goes.
It's weird, bro. I don't even know who directed it. I just remember it being really weird, and you can't follow it. And it has to do, I think the plot had something to do with, because you know how the priest had exorcised that same demon in the past or whatever? So it has to do with that. But they were doing this, but they had Linda Blair in it, and she was kind of like, I don't know what the fuck.
I kind of remember scenes of it, but I just can't remember exactly what happens in it.
I mean, either it's a blur. But the third one I do like, because it's kind of more of a sequel to the first one, because it actually deals with the same cop that was in the first one and characters. Like, it does tie in to the original. It even has the priest from the original.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he was like, they changed some things. It was the director of it is the author.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, and he wrote the book. It's called Legion.
I don't think I've seen that, man.
It's a good movie, bro. It's like, it's
called Legion?
Well, the book is called Legion, but the movie's called The Exorcist 3, but it is directed by him.
Gotcha.
And so, yeah, it has returning characters, and they mentioned it's a throwback, but it's more like a cop investigative type movie, you know what I mean? Because it's like the main guy's the detective, and there's these weird murders going on, and they don't make sense because it seems like it's a copycat killer of you remember the Zodiac killer?
Yeah.
So it has a character in it that's like that.
Okay.
And so, but that character's possessed by the same demon from the first movie, and but they possess the priest. Remember the priest that supposedly died?
Right.
It's him. So he's possessed by the Zodiac killer, and he's killing, and he's doing all these weird like beheadings of like statues and shit, like Christian statues.
Okay.
And so the cops investigating that, and he eventually finds out who it is. And the best part about it, one of the actors is the guy who voices Chucky, Brad Dourif.
Yeah.
He's the psycho.
Oh, nice.
So at points in the movie, even though he's the one that possessed the priest, so you'll see the priest in the beginning, but after a while they just cut it and you'll just see Brad Dourif. And he's the one, he gets crazy, dude. Like, he's scary as fuck in that movie. Like, he just has rants and then just goes back to just chilling. Like, it's so fucking weird, bro.
I gotta check it out.
It's a good movie, man. It has a really good jump scare that I'm not gonna spoil for you.
Oh yeah, don't spoil anything.
It is good.
Man.
Like, you're gonna be like,
I gotta watch something for Halloween, you know?
Yeah, watch it with the volume up, dog. That's all I gotta
right.
say. It's on Amazon Prime if you have that. If not, just try to get the pirate version.
I guess pirate version it is because I don't have Amazon Prime.
Or buy it rent it on YouTube, whatever, you know what I mean? But
my Netflix might have it. Sometimes they have whatever Amazon has. Sometimes Netflix will have it as well.
Yeah,
I'm gonna check it out though.
Yeah,
but I did see the later version of The Exorcist where they go back to the priest when he's young. I don't know if you saw that one.
Yeah. There's like a prequel.
Yeah, like a prequel. Yeah. Came out like what 20 years ago or something like that, or
damn,
no, 15 years
old.
ago.
Damn, it just made me feel old already. Damn,
Accept it, bro. Long? Accept it.
I think it was, to be honest, I think it was around 2004, but I did watch it.
Yeah.
And there was apparently 2 versions of that same movie. I seen a video about it because they did direct. There was 2 versions, and I forgot the name of it, but both of them were bad.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all.
It came off as unintentionally comical too. Like, they tried to make the girls. The possessed girl towards the end, she had a fight with the priest. I thought that shit was just funny.
Like some shit they would do it in Scary Movie.
Yeah, honestly, like this shit looks like a parody. Movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? That was...
So that's why I'm hoping that they do justice for this movie, if they're going to do it, which I think they are, and it's supposed to be released in 2021, but with the whole COVID thing that's going on, who knows what the hell's going to happen. But I'm still going to watch it. I'm going in, though, with no high... hopes for it, but we'll see. I'll
tell you what was cool though. Back on the Exorcist, that thing we went to. Oh no, my bad. I wasn't with you. I was with my cousin. We went to Warner Brothers a few years, like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
At the little horror fest thing they do, and there was a screening.
I remember that. Yeah. I did want to check that out. How was that?
It was cool, man. It's like, and my cousin was really scared of that the Exorcist girl, and so I really talked him into it, but he didn't want to. But we did it, and you sit in this like chapel-looking place, and they had the AC on, so it was cold as fuck. And they're trying to be like the movie.
Just acts of the effects.
Yeah, and some people were complaining like, "It's fucking cold." Like, it's the point, you know what I mean? Like, it's the fucking point.
You have to see your breath.
Yeah, exactly. And it was that fucking cold, and then so you're watching clips of it. It's like a stream, but then they have like some horror actors. This looks like Linda Blair and shit, and so she goes in there and she's doing all kind of wild shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was like this like interactive movie screening thing. It was cool though.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right now, there's on AMC. I didn't get to see it though, but I recorded it. But I've been meaning to watch it. It's like a short documentary about the movie The Exorcist and the supposed curse that the film has.
Oh yeah.
So I've been wanting to watch that, man, but I didn't get a chance to it. But it's pretty interesting. Some crazy shit happens on set, and I think something happened to Linda Blair. I forgot what happened.
Her back got injured.
Yeah,
something doing that effect.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. When she crawls down the stairs, I think.
No, not that one. It was
the bed. When the bed was shaking,
they were yanking her or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Omen also has a backstory like that.
Does it? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't believe it, but a bunch of people got killed
or
some shit and sick. Ghost, not the Poltergeist. Remember the movie?
Oh yeah, the Poltergeist. Yeah,
that one's sad though, just because the little girl did die
in real life, right?
Yeah, but they made Poltergeist 3.
But she didn't die on set, did she? She died.
She died during. No, it wasn't on set, but they were making the last movie, Poltergeist 3.
Yeah.
And I recently watched the show about that. It was on Shudder. They have a little documentary about it, and it was pretty sad though. Like the director came on there and they were talking about it, and he was like he didn't want to finish the movie because she had died. And the last scene, so they had to make some corny ass, ending for it. And he was like, he didn't even want to do it, but he was contractually obligated to do it. So, yeah, but it was crazy. But that movie's alright. Like I remember, it was scarier when I was a kid. The Poltergeist, the third one.
Yeah, I like part 2 the best.
Yeah, with the Indian thing
and the old man. Yeah, because of that old man, I was creeped out. I was scared of old people for some reason, but it was because of him.
Like old people can be creepy, though.
Yeah, with the white hair and the wrinkly face, man.
Man, you're not going to like Exorcist 3 then.
And I had a neighbor that was an old lady, and I hated going down to that side of our building at the time. And
you're ageist, bro. Nah, dude. Like, but that you know, I was telling you about Exorcist 3. There, part of the plot involves an older, like an old nursing home or whatever.
Yeah.
And they have all these people that are catatonic. These old people that are just like, and they just say a bunch of crazy shit. And he possesses one of them.
Oh.
And so that's part of the story. And it gets, you know, like how you said old people are creepy. They have some creepy ass old people.
Oh man, I have to see this movie.
Man, I'm telling you, you're gonna like it, bro. I think you'll like that movie, man. Did you ever see the Poltergeist remake? That shit was garbage.
I did. You know, I didn't think it was that bad.
It was boring, dog, to me.
You thought it was boring?
I thought it was boring. Man.
I thought it was cool.
I thought the acting wasn't as good. I don't know, because I hold the first one
such high regard,
just like Exorcist. It is one of my favorite movies because it scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. That little clown doll and shit.
Yeah, that was pretty scary.
Yeah. But it's a good movie. I showed my cousins that shit one time, man. They were high as fuck too.
It just adds to the effect.
They liked it too, man.
What's a scary movie that you have to watch during the Halloween season?
I mean, obviously The Exorcist, but lately I was watching a movie that is about exorcism. That's I think is second scariest one that has to do with exorcism. To me, it's as scary as the first one. It was The Exorcist of Emily Rose, which is it's based on a real story.
Is that the one with that lady that bends over backwards in that scene?
She's but there's a lot of movies like that. So no, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a bunch of Exorcist movies where they do that. But yeah, she does do a lot of contorting shit.
Yeah, I think I've
seen that one. And her eyes go black. But it's more of a court drama. You know what I mean? Yeah. That one's always freaked me out, though, because they have some really scary scenes in it. And, like, even now, like, it makes me, it unsettles me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just the way she does. She does some real good acting, the girl.
She's a great actress. I think if it's the same movie we're talking about, she also comes out in that movie, that zombie movie.
Quarantine, yeah. That's the last time
she's a reporter in that movie, right?
Yeah, she is.
I love that movie. That's a great zombie movie.
Yeah, I seen that one in the theater with my cousin Rob, man. Shout out to Rob.
What's up, Rob?
Yeah, if you listen, Rob.
I seen the original.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to remake.
What's it called? REC? REC?
Is it Asian?
No, it's
I forgot
it's a Spanish movie. It's
okay.
And I think it's from Spain.
Oh, like actual Spanish.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's really good too. I like all of them, part 2 and 3.
Okay. I didn't even. I think I just watched the Quarantine. That was it. I didn't watch the other ones.
Yeah, those are good. You do yourself a favor and watch them. They're really good. REC.
Eric recommended.
Eric recommends REC. But for me to watch, to feel like in the Halloween spirit, I gotta watch Halloween, the original.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Jamie Lee Curtis, 1970s. I have to. I was watching it last night. Actually, it was on AMC.
Nice.
So I was like, "Fuck it, I'm not changing the channel. Just might as well just watch it."
What's his name? James Carpenter.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does a great job, man.
And they had a low budget for that movie, didn't they?
Super low budget.
Like 10,000 or something like that.
Yeah, it was really cheap to make, and so was Nightmare on Elm Street. And that's another one I always watch.
Was it really?
You know what I mean?
Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yeah. That was but here's where they made it look good because they had good cinematography. You know what I mean? Especially like on Elm Street, Wes Craven, he got a good ass like cinematographer. I forgot his name, but he was good at picking shots and everything. So he made the movie look better than what it actually was. You know what I mean? And the same thing with Halloween because Carpenter, man, he has a good eye for that kind of shit. He used that blue screen type thing, that lighting, that blue lighting, he knew how to pick shots. And I think that always makes a movie better, like when you have a director that knows that kind of thing. He's not just picking some old boring ass shot, it looks like a fucking TV show. You know what I mean?
Did you ever watch John Carpenter's The Thing?
Oh, hell yeah, that's my shit right there, homie.
Classic, dude.
That shit'll fuck you up, man. You better be ready to see some fucked up shit.
That was a great movie, and for the time, at that time, the visuals and the robots that they used,
still hold up.
Yeah, it really does. Real. I think it looks better than whatever they would do nowadays.
They did a prequel to it. Did you see it?
I saw the prequel.
It was CG as fuck.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
but you know what's crazy? They did do animatronics, but the studio didn't want it. I seen a video about it the other day, dude. I was like, and it looked dope. I was like, why did y'all cut that? They had them made. They had the monsters made and everything.
That would have been better.
Dude, I watched it. I was like, why did they not keep this in here? Because that CG was so bad. It looked so fake. I watched that shit with my cousin, and we were like, this shit sucks.
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to go with the original, man, with the robots.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Always. Because it looks real. You're in the shot. It's in the shot. It looks real. When it's good practical effect, bro, it's good, man. It's like... the real deal.
I always wanted to get into that type of stuff, like creating robots and masks. Like
like latex.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That shit
never got into
like
it.
Tom Savini shit.
Yeah,
me too.
Might have to sign up for his class.
Might have to there. I know. When I'm doing the paintings, like the digital paintings, that's kind of what I'm thinking about as I do them, especially like the horror ones. I'm like, man, it's back to that, kind of feeling like of doing like if I was, sculpting or something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Because I'm adding like with the really detailed ones where I'm actually painting all, it's like that. Because you got to get every little, detail.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
What are you working on right now? Anything new? Any new big project you're working on?
Not anything big. I mean, I'm just doing a few horror ones. I'm doing a Terminator piece because I feel like the first Terminator is like a sci-fi horror. You know what I mean? It should
be in that category, honestly.
Yeah, he's scary. Arnold Schwarzenegger was scary in that movie, bro, because he was like unstoppable force trying to kill Sarah Connor. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, you nailed it down too. If I close my eyes, I'm like, Arnold, is that you?
Yeah, he was scary, man. Like all the way up to the end, bro. Like he was relentless.
Yeah, that was a really good movie.
Yeah. The first one, no doubt. The first two were my favorite ones.
I'm trying to think about what happens in the third one.
That's pretty much what happened in the second one because they pretty much just copied what happened in the second. Except they have a chick. The chick.
Is it the blonde?
Yeah, she was the evil.
Oh,
whatever.
yeah, I remember now. Yeah,
apparently she's some kind of model or something. But
that movie was not memorable.
Yeah, it was goofy in some parts, man. But they did do some good effects on it, though. I'll give them that.
Did you see the last one?
Yeah, I actually did watch it. The Mexican one.
Yeah,
they were like in Mexico and shit.
Yeah.
Somebody, I was watching the Angry Joe show, and they called it the new Terminator. They called it El T-1000, like T-1 and shit. I was like, y'all fool for that shit, bro, because he was Mexican shit. But I mean, it was like a competent movie in the sense that it was a good movie, I guess.
Yeah.
But I didn't like what they did with John Connor. Like, they killed the dude off.
Yeah, I think that was cool.
I mean?
Why would you kill John Connor, who was like one of the main
and they did it early, too.
Characters.
And he didn't even die, like, in a battle or nothing. He
died on the beach.
He was trying to holler at a girl. And the dude just came out of nowhere, like, shot him. Sarah Connor didn't do shit.
Oh, sorry, guys. Spoilers.
Spoiler alert. You might as well call ourselves the movie spoilers.
Yeah, might as well.
Nah. But that shit was alright, man. The ending was way too similar to T2 though. Like it had like some of the same emotional beats.
Some of the same things. They
went
back
he did
to
the sacrifice, you know what I mean? Like,
right. Spoiler alert.
Rob likes it.
There you go.
Cousin.
Yeah, it was cool. That's cool, man. I seen that drawing you sent me. Well, that you showed me. It's looking pretty good.
Yeah, I might make it an all-out poster and add more things to it. But for right now, it's just going to be that portrait.
Yeah.
I don't plan on finishing it up right now. There's other shit I got to do. So I don't know.
Any other horror pieces you're working on?
Well, I was working on a werewolf piece. I think I showed you.
Yeah, that one, man, it's sick.
People love it. Like even on Twitter, which I didn't think it was gonna get because it's not based on any movie or anything. You know what I mean? I just kind of took things and just made my own thing out of it.
I'm gonna have to use it on my book.
No doubt.
I'm gonna have to use it, man. When you send it to me, I'm like, damn, this is sick. Like the detail of it, just even the eyes, dude.
The red eye.
Yeah.
Well, with the mouth, I actually looked at a wolf mouth because I wanted to get that. So I actually looked at some picture. I just wanted to get that to make it like dog. But the eyes, I wanted to make it slightly human. Like you could tell, there's like some humanity in it.
Yeah. You could tell.
And I guess if I was to make it a bigger piece, the way I like my werewolves bipedal and not like on all fours.
Okay, I got you.
Because like. Even though I like American Werewolf in London, I don't like that it is bipedal. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And even Rick Baker, the guy who made it, he didn't even want to do all four. But John Landis, he wanted to do, you know what I mean, like the bipedal. Okay. I mean the all four, wolf-like monster. But it's still an amazing movie though. I'm not taking nothing from that though.
So you're thinking of making it like you're thinking of drawing the whole body? Yeah,
I was thinking about it. That originally, that's what I was going to do.
Oh, okay, I got you.
And then I was like, I'm just going to focus on the face for right now. But that is how I imagine it. I
imagine the claws coming out, like black, right? The face, and then just the claws.
Yeah, and I've given I wanted to give him. I don't know if you noticed, but there's a little bit of white, like a streak on his hair. So it's kind of like a It's almost it's like to give him somewhat of a personality. You know what I mean? So give him a little.
Stripe got a little personality.
You know what I mean? There you go. Make him stand out a little bit. You know what I mean? But, werewolves are cool, man. Like we haven't had enough good ones lately. But hopefully they make it. Cause I think the CG transformations are too quick.
Yeah,
and they don't look. I don't know. They don't look painful like they should. You know what I mean? Dude,
like the Howling.
Ooh, the Howling. Yeah, that crazy ass dude.
I think that's one of the best transformations of werewolf I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And that, you know what they used? Robots.
Robots. Yeah.
Not no CG shit.
Said robots. Yeah, robots, prosthetics, and all that, all the little kinks and shit that they put in those things, man. But I don't know. This Halloween with COVID though, man, it's kind of it's a little bit sad though, because all the places that we usually frequent on during October are not gonna, like the Halloween mazes.
Yeah.
Not Universal Studios.
There are gonna be some though. Like I think in Los Angeles here they have. What is it called? The Hayride?
Yeah,
Haunted Hayride.
Yeah, that one's alright.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, you get on like this big ass wagon and they just drive you around this deserted park, and obviously there's people in costumes coming out of nowhere, out of the woodwork, and scaring you.
Yeah,
but it's not the same.
It's not. I didn't like it even when I went to it because you kind of have to, when you're sitting in the actual hay thing. Some things happen behind you, and so you can't, you have to twist your neck to see something. Yeah,
it's a little uncomfortable sometimes.
Yeah, it is, man. I almost lost my keys in there, too. Oh. Yeah, I was like, they fell out of my pocket and shit. One of the scary actors was like, hey, there's your key. Yeah. I was like, damn, you're a lifesaver, bro.
I mean, but for right now, it's cool. Like, now there's nothing else to do that, and you'll still have a good time. I mean, I had a good time. It's not like I was bored the whole time I was there.
Right.
But compared to, like, an actual maze, yeah, it's
cheaper, too.
Yeah, it's true, and it's cheaper. I wonder if they hiked up the price, though.
We got it on like this.
We got you.
A homegirl of mine sent me something. She sent me, there's something way to fucking Apple Valley. It's like a haunted house type thing. But I mean, it's smaller. Obviously, it's some shit out there. I guess people doing their own thing, and so they did that. But this kind of brings me to another point in regarding to October. I think this is how I actually met you guys, because you used to DJ, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
LA.
Yeah.
And so Eric was friends with my cousin Rob, and so I met him through Rob, and we used to go to y'all's party. And I remember,
I think you're right.
Yeah, in 2010, I believe, I went to a few of your parties, and it was during October. And I remember, because I'm not used to like dressing up and shit for like Halloween parties. You know what I mean? Like I never did the mask and shit, especially where I'm from. Like it wasn't that big, and so. I remember when we were going to your party one time, I got cheap as fuck because I did that shit. I was like, let's stop at, what do you call this? Like a Rite Aid or some shit. I was desperate, dog. And I got like some cheap ass fucking mask.
I remember that, like some Phantom of the Opera looking ass mask.
Oh shit. Oh shit, that is it. It was just like over my eye. I was like, fuck it, I can still drink. I ain't gotta take the shit off. It was like $5 or some shit.
At least, you put in the little effort. That's fine. That's cool.
Hey, man, it did it. I wore that to that party, and then I went to another one. There was a Halloween-based party in Simi Valley. Yeah. It was dope, though. It was like a mansion ranch party. Oh, nice. They had their own bar setups. We were there at like 4 a.m. with a homie Johnny.
You took the same mask?
I took the same mask. And you know what was funny, though? We got interviewed, dog. Huh? They were filming it, right? There was like artists painting, all kind of crazy shit going on, and so they filmed some of the people that were wearing costumes, and then the homie Johnny was wearing what's that Steelers dude at the time, bro? That's fucking name with the long hair and shit. He's from the Steelers. He was,
is he like a Samoan dude?
Yeah, the Samoan dude. He was dressed like him.
I forget his name. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And because he had, I forgot. I don't know what the fuck I can't remember his name, but he had the long hair like him, so they interviewed him. And there's a YouTube, like that. The video's on YouTube somewhere. I gotta find it. But you'll see me and I'm wearing the shit. And I don't say shit during the video. I'm just smiling and shit, looking around and shit. And I was like, damn. They didn't say shit to me. They didn't. They probably like this cheap ass motherfucker here.
Get in, man. Get in.
Hey, man. It was a really fun party. I'm not even going to detail all the crazy shit that happened. It was a lot, dude. It was crazy. A lot of drinking. You even smoked some bud and that bitch. You know what I mean? Like, it was legit. It was legit. It was illegal. And they were playing that, what's that? It's music like rave music, but it's not rave music. I forgot what that shit's called, but it was popular then. And that was my first time, vibing to that shit. But I was so fucked up.
You were all into it?
I was into that shit. It was like a blur. I remember I was on the dance floor just vibing.
Wow. Man, I wish I would have seen that video.
Some homie, and so we also there was some, actually, I don't know if I should put this shit out there, but We did this with e-shows because there was a dude that was selling them.
Spoilers.
Spoiler alert. I'm not an angel. But that was probably the last time I did that shit. Cause I've done it a few times in high school. With that shit. I'm not a big fan, but at that, because of what was going on with the raves, I was like, fuck it. You know,
Might as well just pop one, maybe two.
So we found a dude and he sold us one, and then it wasn't really that strong. So the funny part is, I seen him later on. He was like, "Hey, bro, here's another one, bro. It's not that good, man." It was like, so he just gave it. I was like, "All right," you know. But
did it work though? The second one
for a little bit, and then it wore off real quick. All that shit wore off. It was weird. I felt sober by the time all that shit was over, and I had been drinking all that shit. But by the time we left, I was like, I feel sober.
Fucking weak ass party.
Yeah, but it was cool. I had a long drive, so it was all good.
Oh, good.
But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up though, just because I remember going to those Halloween parties that you guys would throw.
Yeah, I think that's how we met.
Yeah, and then we started going to the free shit parties that were hosted by Metro Wise back in LA. Man,
I feel sorry for the people that want to party this year and can't because of this whole lockdown thing.
I heard Vegas is popping.
Yeah, Vegas. Well, Vegas is always. Yeah. It's never gonna die.
Yeah, true.
Hotels out there right now are pretty cheap.
Yeah.
I was looking into it the other day too. I was looking at hotel prices, and they're not bad, man. They have some really good rates going on right now. So
yeah, I know somebody that just went up to stay like 4 days over there. So
yeah.
She was down there for a minute, so I was like, it must be cheap if she went down there and stayed for that long, you know what I mean? So, yeah. But I don't know. I'm still, like I told you before, I'm on that bunker boy shit, so, you know, I'm just staying in my bunker, you know, recording live from this bunker, you know. Shout out to JB, the other OG bunker boy, you know what I mean? But, yeah, I'm just real paranoid about that virus. Not trying to get that shit, because, you know, they say, so like, it could affect your kidneys and shit, too. Like,
really? Can it?
Yeah, like, they have, I don't know, it has so many weird side effects. Like, they say it could have long-term damage to your kidneys and other shit. I'm like, damn, that's hardcore.
Damn.
So I'm like, I'm not trying to get that shit off.
I was watching this really good show on Netflix. It's called By the Lake or something like that. But it's a Russian show. Yeah, on Netflix.
Russian?
It's a Russian show, of course. You can.
Lukavic? Nah.
I rather when it's something when it's like a different language. I rather watch it in its original language, so you can see you can feel what they're talking about, their emotions.
That's kind of weird.
Because when it's translated, it's not the same.
Nah, I see what you're saying.
The actor that's translating doesn't give it the same emotion as the original actor would.
Yeah, the audio usually sounds fucked up too.
But the show is really cool. It's like a show. It's about the same thing that's going on right now. An outbreak happens and people start getting sick, and then people have to try to fend for themselves and look for safety and shelter. I would say it's a mix of what's going on right now, but with a mix of what happened in The Walking Dead. Only that there's no zombies in it, but the people that get infected look like zombies.
Oh shit!
So it has the feel of a horror show, even though it's not horror. It's more, I would say, drama. But it's a really good show, and it shows kind of like what would happen if things were to get a little too crazy here with the whole coronavirus pandemic thing going. But yeah, it's a good watch. I'm definitely going to stay tuned for season 2.
Nice.
I just finished watching it on Friday. I was like, damn, I had to see season 2, man. It was really good.
Nice.
It's called By the Lake.
By the Lake. On Netflix, you said?
It's on Netflix, yeah.
Netflix got it, bro. That's what's up, bro.
I've also been reading Carrie.
Oh, shit.
Man, that's a good
Classic.
book.
The King.
Classic. And I bought this book for $1.
$1?
Come up.
Damn.
It was a come up. It's the paperback.
$1.
It's the paperback, of course. It was in one of those trips that I took to a store to try and promote my book.
Oh, okay.
And I saw it there, and I asked the owner, I was like, how much is this? That's $1. I got $1. Hell yeah. Stephen King, Carrie, $1. It's a little older, you know. It's kind of not too beat up, but still in good shape.
As long as you can read it.
As long as you can read it, exactly.
That's all that matters, man.
And I like this book, man. I like reading it too, because I think for an author, whenever they're writing, they need some type of inspiration or they need to learn how to be a good author. And I think if you read books from famous authors like Stephen King, you'll get a lot of points, and you'll learn a lot of things. So sometimes when I'm stuck in my writing, I'll refer to this book and I'll just try and see how he writes, how his process is, what his mentality would have been like during the whole writing process. And try to get a few pointers off of that. What I've seen from Stephen King from his writing is that he likes to tell a story within a story.
Oh, okay.
Like, for example, let's say he's describing a scene, right? where there's a girl and she's baking a cake. And then he'll go on to say that she learned the recipe from her grandma. Her grandma used to live in Kansas, and when she was a little girl. And then he'll go off on that little story.
Wow.
So he'll make a story within a story, and I've seen that he does that a lot.
It's a good imagination.
Yeah, pretty good. So I'm trying to incorporate that in my writing too, trying to make a story within a story. It kind of it makes the story longer, and it gives a little more detail about whatever it is that you're talking about. And it works for writing. It works for authors. It wouldn't work, though, for a screenplay. Because I've also read another book about screenplay, how to write screenplays. And I learned that if you're writing a screenplay and it doesn't move the story forward and it has nothing to do with what's going on, then take it out of the story. It doesn't belong in there. So it would work for whatever Stephen King is doing. It works for him. It works for a story, a novel, but it wouldn't work for a screenplay. Yes, and what I'm doing right now is trying to do that. I'm trying to make a book that's also screenplay adaptable. Nice. So that's why I'm always referring back to that book, that screenwriting book. And it's a really good book. It's by a famed author. Let me see if I can find the name of it right now. You get so many points I always refer to whenever I'm stuck. But it's by Sid Field, and it's called Screenplay, The Foundations of Screenwriting. A step-by-step guide from concept to finished script. It's a really good book. If anybody's if you're looking into becoming a screenwriter, I would highly recommend a book from this guy. He's been doing it for several years now. This is just one of the versions. I bought this like maybe 10 years ago, but it still holds up and It has a lot of great examples. So I highly recommend this book by Sid Field, Screenplay, The Foundations of Screenwriting.
Nice.
But yeah, and I was reading into this book, Carrie, and this is Stephen King's first published book. Do you know how much they gave him?
Hell no. What they give him?
$400,000.
Damn.
For his first paperback book.
He came up. That was way back in the day, too.
That was way back in this. Wow. I think it was 1973, I think. And at this time, Stephen King was living in a trailer with his wife. And he was a teacher, and they were barely getting by. And he started writing. After his classes, he would come home, and he would write a little bit. He wouldn't create any papers. He would just write.
Wow, he didn't create anything.
No. And, yeah.
That's funny.
I think it was his agent that called him up just out of the blue one day and told him, hey, are you sitting down? Because they've just bought the rights to your book for $400,000, of which he got $200,000, and his publishing house, of course, got the other $200,000. But
so
still,
they bought the rights though. So that they own the rights to the movie too. Like, is that what you're saying?
To his book.
Oh, to his book.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So to get his book, to make the movie of the movie for $400,000, man, I couldn't believe that shit.
That's crazy.
And I think that's what every author hopes for.
Yeah.
Get that phone call and say, hey, we're gonna buy the rights to your book for X amount. And I think at that time, $400,000, even $200,000 is still a shitload of money.
Yeah,
it was probably the equivalent of like $600,000-$700,000 back in the 70s.
Dude, it's crazy. That's crazy. He's lucky though. I mean, because there's other authors like Bram Stoker, for example. He didn't see success after his death, pretty much.
Yeah,
you know
unfortunately.
There's authors like that. I forgot who it was. It was like some famous ones that are like that, and it's kind of sad to think about.
It's sad, yeah. Your work won't get recognized until way later. Even Tolkien, the author of Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah.
His work, the same thing. Same thing happened to him. His work didn't get recognized until years later.
Well, let me ask you this about the writing process. Like, do you prefer when you're writing a story, do you prefer like the narration to go to like, for example, like the old school way? Once upon a time in a certain town, you know what I mean? Like, where you're describing an area, or do you prefer to just straight up? Because I noticed from Rapper than Dead, you come at it from like the perspective of the character.
Yeah, there's different ways of how you want to narrate the story, either from the first person, right, like with Wrath of the Undead, or a third person narrative. There's a lot. It all depends on your style of writing.
Gotcha.
But like what you were saying, I don't like saying once upon a time. Like that's nobody uses that anymore.
more like
but I know
fairy
what
tale.
Yeah. But like with today's writing, it's different now.
He's like, I ain't writing this shit for kids.
No, it's different now, and it all depends also on the person that's writing. It all depends on the author.
I think that's how R.L. Stein did too, though. Like Goosebumps. I wanted to touch that on that Goosebumps books. Because those were very influential to me as far as a kid. You know, that got me into horror as well. Yeah. Even though I was already into horror, but that got me into reading horror. He writes from a kid's perspective in those books. And you could relate to the characters, and, you know, it was just really relatable. That dude, he somehow thinks like a kid, which is cool.
That's cool.
He's able to write like that, you know what I mean?
It helps also, the covers also help.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that too, those classic covers, man. I think everybody, those covers got you into the book. He's like, damn, that shit was dope. Looks scary. I want to read it, you know? Like The Mask. They have a bunch of shit. Dude.
Did you ever... well, you went to book fairs, right, at school?
Yeah, I was a nerd.
Yeah, me too. I would go straight to those books, to the horror books.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not normal, I don't know. Are people that love horror, are we not normal?
I don't know. Some people say we're satanic. Some people say that we're evil, but it's not like I don't see people that are into horror as like that. It's not like we practice occult shit, you know.
Yeah, right.
We watch movies. Like there's a difference between movies and reality. It's not like I'm not gonna go do black magic or some shit. You know what I mean? Like I stay away from the real shit. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't want to go into that Ed Lorraine the museum.
No. Like I'll watch it and read about it.
Yeah, but I'm not going in that museum for shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm staying away from Annabelle.
Do not
you know
touch.
What I'm saying? Fuck that, dude. Because I've been watching the videos of one of the guys that used to just be with him, Tony Sparrow. I think he's I guess in charge of all their shit now. So he's been putting a lot of videos on YouTube, and so he puts his constant videos of when they were around and they were in the museum describing these crazy ass stories. And one of the stories that got me, it sounds silly if you think about it, and especially if it was in a movie, but it would have freaked me out. They were in this there was a haunted case where the police was involved, and even the police are on record saying there's some weird shit going on here. You know what I mean? Like there was it was a highly publicized incident, and it was some kind of possession, demonic thing going on inside the house. And one of the things that happened, there was a fucking cat, and it spoke.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's how it sounds stupid. But I was like that. But the way they described it sounded so fucking weird, bro. I was like a fucking cat talking with a human voice. I would freak the fuck out.
That's
you know
crazy.
What I mean? Because I already think cats are creepy as it is. You know what I mean? So it's a cat talking. I would ran the fuck out of there. But I could see how that could come off as silly if you're doing the movie, though, especially with CG. Yeah. So I don't know, but I'm just in real life. If I see any kind of animal speak, I only like parrots. I'll freak the fuck out, you know what I mean?
The other day I was watching a video and it's about bobcats.
Bobcats.
And if you've ever heard of bobcat, it's the creepiest fucking thing. Especially in the jungle at night. They sound it sounds like a woman crying.
Wow.
Like if I'm serious. If you're curious, let's say you ever go camping, right, and there's bobcats around and you hear a woman crying, don't get scared. It's probably creepy. A bobcat. Yeah, so if you have time, go on YouTube and just check out bobcat sounds, and they sound like that. It's the creepiest fucking thing.
That is creepy. Cats are creepy though. They always make weird ass sounds, especially like when cats are having sex and shit. Like we used to live in Colombia, and we had a gang of cats like going on our roof and shit, and at night, just making these ungodly fucking sounds. I was like, what the fuck? Like you couldn't even go to sleep, man. Like it was a problem for a while, man. I think they got rid of them or something, but I was like, god damn, bro. That's why I hate cats, man. They're just like crazy.
Let's go into a segment to help these people out.
Let's help some folks out.
Let's help our fellow writers out.
Who we got?
There's a little tip for any authors or aspiring authors. If you need help or motivation, what I like to do is read books. Read books from famous authors like Stephen King. It really helps you out. And I think we just touched upon that just a little while ago.
Yeah.
Where you would read and see how they tell a story. Well, what's their process? What's their thought process? How they write it, their style, and you can really learn a lot. So if you're ever stuck and you don't know how to move forward, I would highly suggest to just pick up a book from an author that you like, or you know that's a good author, a horror author, or whatever it is that you're writing. Just read a good chapter of it, and hopefully that'll inspire you or give you a pretty good idea of how to move forward if you're stuck. So that's my little tip right there for you guys.
That's some good advice. I like how, speaking of books and everything, like Dracula, I like the approach he took where it was like you're reading diaries, you're reading newspaper clips.
Yeah.
And people, it's made it seem real. You know what I mean?
It was really cool. I don't think I've ever seen or read a book like that.
Yeah.
Like his. It's very unique.
Found footage in book form, you know what I mean, in a way. It was cool, man. Like, even now it holds up, bro. And I tried reading other books from that time, and they don't seem to hold up.
No.
Like, I tried reading Frankenstein even, and it was just like the way Mary Shelley writes it.
Yeah,
is really from that time period, and I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah, I think like a few years apart, but similar. Yeah.
For some reason, though, Dracula, even now, like the way everything's described is really scary. Like it's still scary to look, man. The only parts I don't like is just some of the parts with Mina, and she's just talking to her friend. Because it's just a bunch of, like, Victorian era girl talk, you know what I mean? I was like, damn, dude, like, come on. You know what I mean? And that's even in the movie, they did that in the movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, I kind of skip over those parts, but it is cool, man. Like,
talking about that movie, man, Winona Ryder's a good actress. I've always liked Winona Ryder. She's come out with Beetlejuice.
She's cute as fuck, too.
She's cute. And
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things is the shit.
Yeah, that was a big surprise to see her in there. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Winona
Ryder back?
Yeah, she really brought that nostalgia back, man.
She
did. Her coming on back on there. I was like, damn.
Well, since we're talking about authors, let's move into another segment where we like to shout out people's work.
Who we got?
All right, let me pull this up really quick. But I think it's very important for anybody to help out each other. I know when I was barely writing my book, I wanted as much help as I could get, and I also reached out to a lot of people that did podcasts, and I remember some of them wouldn't help me out because they wanted something in return. I couldn't give them anything, right? I'm just barely starting out. What am I going to be able to help you out with? So that's why I try to do this segment for other authors. So hopefully we can help you guys out and get publicity or exposure to your work as much as possible. So the first person that I want to shout out is Jamie Stewart. He has a book out. It's called The Woman Under the White Tree. It's on Amazon right now. And you can also get it in the UK. It's for £99. And the equivalent worldwide. So if you have a chance, check it out. It's on Amazon by Jamie Stewart. It's called The Woman Under the White Tree. Jamie, thank you for reaching out to us.
Shout outs to Jamie.
Next person is Christopher Robertson. Author Christopher Robertson. So he has a book out right now. I'm just going to give you a little rundown here. It's called My Zombie Sweetheart.
Damn.
It's available on Amazon in print, ebook, and Kindle Unlimited. Let's get into it right here. Once upon a time at a drive-in.
Oh, wow.
Terror from outer space comes crashing to Earth, giving rise to creatures of pure horror, the likes of which the quiet little town has never seen, and the nightmare that befalls two old friends as they struggle to survive against impossible odds. It's Friday night, date night, in the quiet little town of Woodville. For Susie Palmer, this means hanging out at the all-night diner and maybe cruising up to Makeout Point with her sweetheart. Little does she know, there's something on its way to Woodville. Something cruel and insidious, something out of this world. My Zombie Sweetheart is a love letter to a 1950s sci-fi movie like The Blob and the Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
The Blob, I remember that one.
It's a tale of young love, drag racing, heartbreak, and alien invaders. Available now. So as I mentioned before, you guys can get this on Amazon.
That's a cool cover too.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's called My Zombie Sweetheart. So thank you again, Christopher Robertson, for reaching out and sending us that. Thank you guys again. We'll do this for our next podcast, so keep them coming, guys. Thank you.
I was going to mention one more thing since we're talking about zombies real quick. Do you ever remember like how original zombies were? Like White Zombie? Like
not possessed, right? Like a possessed...
More like it's more like a slave. Like that's what they were like originally, like the voodoo.
That's how it originally started.
Yeah. I was watching something about that. There's a YouTube channel. I guess this is why I recommend some YouTube channels. It's called Storied, like this word story, but I like in passing to IED. Yeah. Okay. So and there's this girl, and I think it's from the BBC, and she's really cool, man. She's a doctor. Somehow, like she went to school for this shit, and she just knows all about monsters and folklore like that. And so she's been doing some videos of all kind of shit, like the Wendigo, Mothman, all kind of shit. And so she got her latest video was pretty cool, man. It was like 20-minute video, and she's talking about the origins of zombies, and she gets into it, and she brings it into the voodoo thing. They go to the South with it, like she's interviewing voodoo.
Voodoo, right? Yeah, that's right.
And so, but basically, that version of zombies is very different to the how we know zombies, because what we know is living,
yeah.
the living dead,
right?
Not Rafferty, but Rafferty and Dead. Rafferty, but what I'm trying to think is George Romero's version, which is different. But the original zombie, or what it is in voodoo, is basically a voodoo doctor makes you seem like you're dead. Like he poisons you with this. It's like a drug, and it's like what's one of the poisons is from this with that blowfish, and basically it paralyzes you.
Okay.
And it makes you seem like you're dead. And so they do some other shit. They drug you up some kind of way, and you're basically, when you wake up, you do wake up in a coffin. And so you're just, you're fucked up. You're like in shock. And they do something to where it's pretty much like mind control. Damn. And then you become the slave of whatever voodoo witch doctor has done that to you. And there are some documentaries about it. I remember there was like a real life case, and like this dude returned to his hometown after being thought dead for so many years. Because they buried him and shit.
That's
They
crazy.
were like, what the fuck? And yeah, he was apparently a slave to some dude. And that's the Haitian version. I guess the Haitian version is a little bit more darker. Because that's what the voodoo guy, the New Orleans, or I think he might have been in Mississippi, but he was talking about that. He was like, the Haitian version is a little bit different. It's darker, I guess. And we're not trying to, they were trying to separate themselves from that. And they were trying to represent, I guess, because it originally comes from West Africa somewhere. And that's where that concept of, zombie. But there is, in different myths, different cultures have zombies that are very much like, modern versions of zombies.
Yeah.
Even vampires were very zombie-like in the original lore, you know what I mean? They're not like, they're more like Nosferatu. You remember the movie Nosferatu, which is, to me, dude, it's crazy how it holds up. Like, you look at it now, and that zombie makeup and shit they did on that dude looks fucking creepy, dog. Like, that's a creepy-looking vampire.
Creepy nails, creepy ears.
Yeah, but they looked like ghouls. They weren't weren't seducing people or anything like that. They were just, they would get up, like, out of the grave or whatever and kill you and shit or whatever. But they weren't like, the modern version of how we look at vampires now. You know what I mean?
Or zombies, for that matter.
Or zombies, yeah. But
George Romero changed that, right?
Yeah, George Romero did. He did change that because he made them like cannibals, pretty much. Undead cannibals, and so yeah. But thank God for it because we've got some really good entertainment out there. He changed the zombie game because I don't think there's been in the old days Hollywood there was White Zombie. There was movies like that where it was about that kind of zombie. It was about white people getting turned into zombies by black Haitian voodoo doctors. You know what I mean? It was some racist shit going on. It was like the fear of that, I guess. Yeah. And but then he came out. He changed the game, man. You know what I mean?
Did you know that if you were to ask George Romero today if he considers my zombies, he would say no.
Really?
Yeah, because my zombies in my story, they can actually run, right? They'll chase after
the
you.
Runners,
the runners. But he doesn't consider them zombies. If they can run, they're not zombies.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
What do you guys think? Do you think zombies that can run are zombies or not? Do you consider them? Let us know in your DMs.
Yeah, I mean, I guess what he means is they're not undead. I guess I don't know, because I just feel like I think if something's brain dead but could still just move and just mindlessly do shit, I think that's like a zombie, in my opinion.
Right?
So,
yeah.
That's what makes you you don't have your conscience anymore. You're just doing shit like killing people and shit,
eating them. Yeah.
So yeah. And well, that's about it. Then we have to. I don't know what else to talk about right now. We pretty much covered a lot of topics we want to talk about. We just want to talk about that good old Halloween spirit, even though it's not going to be as good this year. But y'all can you can still watch movies and shit. You know what I mean? Like
read horror books.
There's video games. I've been playing. I got the Resident Evil joints. You know what I mean? The new remade version.
Oh, we gotta play that. You got it?
Oh yeah, I got it. I got a new hard drive. I don't know if you've seen it, but because man, I was running out of space on my PlayStation. I kept having to delete games and shit. Oh, no. I was getting tired of that shit. I'm like, fucking Amazon Prime Day, bro. I took advantage of that shit, bro. I'm like, all my shit's gonna be on here, arcade on me. But now I'm cool, man. I'm like, I'm gonna show you the Resident Evil 7 because I told you it's like Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
And people, if y'all haven't played that shit, play that shit because it is crazy. It was like Evil Dead. It's insane. And I'm looking forward to the next one, though. Resident Evil 8.
Yeah.
If y'all have seen the trailer, it got some werewolves and vampires. So I'm wondering how they're going to play that up. You know what I mean?
That's going to be cool.
So, yeah, I'm excited about that. So, I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to test it out. The homie E's about to give us a little lesson on Resident Evil, the new shit.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next time.
Yeah,
I haven't played Resident Evil since The first one.
That's what I'm saying. You're a veteran. You're like the
the old school
gamer like me. I'm from the old school. I've been playing with the new. I try to keep up with the young cats. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's crazy, man.
Well, thanks guys for listening, and
shout outs to everybody, man.
Hopefully you guys enjoy your Halloween and whatever you can. I know I'm gonna eat my candy this year. It's the only time I eat candy. I try to stay away from it, you know. But
I got a bad habit of eating chocolate.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I break out.
Oh yeah, I do. Sometimes I break out. Lately, I don't break out that bad anymore. So I guess that's probably why I've been eating this shit. But I gotta stop, man, because I got the little berry belly coming on. Man. I've been chilling too hard. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, brother.
I gotta get back on my shit, bro. You know what I mean?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
That's
you guys have a great Halloween, and we'll see you next time.
All right, later. Peace. The fuck out. Enjoy Halloween.